Warning, this is strictly my opinion. Please don't murder me in the comment section, as this video is based off my own experiences. You can definitely tell me your opinion in the comment section. That would actually be pretty neat. This is just an internet video. Please don't get triggered. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Oh, and viewer discretion is advised. Right out the gate, there are way too many options when it comes to the best truck for off-road camping. But I have had the privilege to either ride, drive, or at least interview a couple owners of some off-road camper builds. But the first trucks I would like to talk about are the ones I actually own, and these are all-wheel drive trucks. So I'm a little biased when it comes to these vehicles. I love how weird they look, and I've definitely got a weird mindset when it comes to showing that these cars can keep up with real trucks. For the most part anyways. These vehicles are definitely going to be down in size when compared to full-size rigs. But that also means that they're going to get the best mileage when it comes to fuel economy. The trade-off is that these unibody vehicles weren't made for extreme trails, and they are typically going to need a lot more modification to make them into a true off-road camper build, which could be a little difficult with the amount of aftermarket support each model may have. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I would only recommend these type of vehicles if 1. You plan on doing some soft roading only. 2. You already own the all-wheel drive vehicle, as you won't need to go out and purchase another one. Or 3. You're a little off, just like me, and you're out to prove something that doesn't really need to be proved. Well, these vehicles definitely are my cup of tea, but I won't say that for everyone. They are definitely limited compared to the actual four-wheel drive vehicles, no matter how good your all-wheel drive system is. Next, let's do an extreme jump and talk about some full-size pickups. As I've already interviewed the owners of 3 different makes and models, I think these trucks will speak for the market. I am lucky enough to be friends with some avid overlanders, and these 3 rigs, a Jeep Gladiator, a Toyota Tacoma, and a Ford F-150, will give us a deep dive into the full-size trucks when it comes to off-road camping. All 3 of these vehicles have some pretty extreme camping builds, which means that the aftermarket support for a full-size truck has hit the red line. These trucks were made and built to see everything that the world has to offer, and travel through every type of terrain to reach every destination that very few people will ever see in their lifetime. Each of these trucks comes with true four-wheel drive and can even be modified further with lockers. But there are a few negatives that you need to think about. These full-size trucks are expensive, and honestly, even if you buy an old reliable truck, chances are it's going to need maintenance, and with big trucks have big parts and big costs attached to them. Don't get me wrong, I believe that all 3 of these trucks are tough and rugged and handle most situations, but they are also heavy. You're going to burn a lot more fuel when you go on these expeditions. I truly believe that the second generation Tacoma is going to be the most reliable of the 3. Through time-tested abuse and other owner reviews serving as proof, the Jeep Gladiator definitely has an edge when it comes to customization and off-road capabilities, and the F-150 is probably the most well-rounded of the 3, in terms of both price and modification. So before I tell you my personal pick for best truck for off-road camping, let's go ahead and take a look at some mid-size trucks. Mid-size trucks are definitely interesting, because the mid-size truck of today was the full-size truck of 20 years ago. Although they're sized down for better fuel economy, they still have true four-wheel drive, and mostly, you can fit all the gear it takes to make a respectable off-road camper build. Aftermarket support is generally just as good as the full-size trucks, and if built right, I believe they can virtually do everything that a full-size truck can do. But you may have to get a little creative when it comes to space and attaching all your gear. And with all that said and all that consideration, my top pick, which I believe is the best truck for off-road camping, is the 3rd generation Ford Ranger. This right here is my 2003 Ford Ranger, and the truck was bulletproof. I sold it in working condition with 200,000 miles, and I kinda regret it. This thing went everywhere. Unfortunately, it wasn't the 4x4 model, which was even more freaking reliable. These trucks ran from the late 90s to the early 2010s, and for what they are, they get a modest MPGs, and they can literally be modified to do anything. If you had to pick one gripe with this vehicle, it's that it's not very family friendly, as the back seat is a joke, but it's perfect for 2 people and overland storage. Because these trucks were mass produced for so long, and Ford sold millions of this 3rd gen Ranger, finding replacement parts is extremely easy and cheap. I have literally never heard anyone complain about this little workhorse of a truck.
The aftermarket support is through the roof on these bad boys, and the Ford Ranger can be custom catered to literally do anything you ask of it. So if you're looking for a new overland rig or the best truck for off-road camping, I would totally start here. Like I said earlier, finding room and storage are going to be your biggest enemy, but you can beat the crap out of this truck, and it just keeps getting back up. Oh, and yeah, the first generation Tacoma is probably a little better, but good luck finding one of those in good shape with low miles and having done the frame recall.
That's it. That's the end of the video. You made it. Go ahead and drop some weird comments down below. That's all I got. I'm out. Thanks for watching. This guy's passing me. I'm doing 16. You're passing me? Bye.